Okay, so we are on episode 90.
90.
We've made it to 90.
That's unreal.
All right, John, you going to sit down with us at any stage? Oh.
John's doing something. He's fiddling with buttons over there.
Oh, there might be another video of him sitting down.
Oh,
wonderful.
my God.
So we're on episode 90, and
Yes.
today we were talking about gigging.
It was just one of those classic kind of waffle episodes where we just went off on one track, and actually the topic was very small.
This is actually, I really enjoyed this podcast because we did waffle more than we usually waffle.
We did, yeah. We really, there's some interesting stuff there in the intro, isn't there?
Yes.
Or at the start of the podcast, even before we get to our
Even
news.
before the news, yeah.
It was quite enjoyable.
Actually, we probably could have followed that topic, I'd say, for the whole way through the podcast. It would have been
definitely,
actually
Let's
pretty
put
good.
that on the imaginary list that we have of topics.
Yeah. So find out what that is. But our topic for today was gigs.
Gigging.
All right. So we name this sucker.
Yes, let's do it.
Oh, sorry. The Chocolate Bar World Cup was back today.
Oh, yes.
Oh, yes.
Forgot to say
And
that as
Scotty
well.
just touched me inappropriately.
It was not inappropriate. That was upper arm. I think this area here is more inappropriate.
You touched that too.
What's that called? Shoulder flexor? something?
Shoulder of my deltoid.
Deltoid. That's the one. Okay, so let's name it. Okay.
Yes.
My suggestion is giggity.
Oh, yeah.
No way, that was going to be mine.
Yay! I got there first.
All right.
Damn it, now
Now you
another
gotta
one.
think.
7 pints and a chicken burger.
Oh, that's pretty good. I like that.
7.30 a pint.
Oh, that's a good one actually.
Feck's sake. Like.
7.30 a pint, feck's sake.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
There we
if you wanna
go.
there.
Go for it? All right, okay. So today we were talking about gigging apparently, and it was episode 90 of the podcast, and it
90.
is called.
No, Giggity has to be the name of this podcast.
Really?
It has to be. It's gigs.
Okay,
about
well, we
gigs.
have to reverse that really quickly.
Unless, did we decide as my one? I didn't know it was.
I liked
Yeah.
your one.
Yeah, we liked your one.
Okay, let's go with my one then.
Okay, well, we'll do it again there,
Okay,
Scotty.
so episode 90 is.
7.30 a pint, Feck's sake.
Yeah, waffle me this, waffle me that. Thinking on the topics that you could have had. The only game that makes me feel so alive. I'm guessing for 30, it could be only 5. Getting them all will be a superpower. You can get it every week on the JB Waffle Hour. 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 Motherfucker JB Waffle Hour.
That's getting longer every week, I think.
That's what she said.
Did you add an extra 5 seconds onto that? No?
Absolutely.
I love that song, by the way. I do love that song.
Because I've got that amount of time to re-record that song every week with an extra few seconds.
I thought
You do that live?
Yeah. I thought you said that was you were really busy this week.
I'm flat out. Literally
Flat out like a badger on the bypass.
Oh, I love it. I love it.
Was it okay?
No, it was dead. It was like flat.
Flat Badger. I love that song.
I do love that song.
I love that song.
Hey, Bert. How's it going?
How he is?
Oh yeah, you're here for the intro this week.
Oh, yes. Hello, everybody.
Good man.
I didn't like your impression of me last week.
What's wrong with my impression of someone for balls,
I thought you were a lovely Boris Mill lad.
Holy balls, man.
I don't think I sound that rough now, do I?
No, you don't. No, I was going extreme with it. Like,
Well, last week was episode 89. We are back this week with episode 90.
Yo!
90.
9-0. Holy
10 to
shit.
go.
I thought we'd only make it to 20 and that was it.
Lots of good things happened in the 90s.
We're flying, aren't we? Name one good thing that happened in the 90s.
Italy 90.
There we go. Okay, we
USA
can move on.
94.
There. That's okay. I only said one. You don't have to name more. One.
Yeah, so last week was episode 89. Should I stay or should I go?
Good name.
Where we
Yeah.
talked about like man sheds, but like sheds in general and hobbies and things like that, and what is involved in having a man shed.
Yeah, you can fit lots of hobbies into your man shed as well.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm.
There was also lady sheds.
Things that you forget about, things you put at the very back of the shed and don't see for a few years.
Yeah.
Hobbies. Yeah.
Yes, hobbies.
Yes. Like your wood burning hobby.
Yes, I must get that out again.
There you go.
What is that?
It's
I was I went into wood engraving for a while. I think I made a Christmas present for me mother and father, and then
That was it.
I love my baby.
It's like, yeah, I said some stupid quote on a piece of wood.
I bet your mum was like, what is
That
this
is now at the
shit?
back of the man shed.
I actually haven't seen it since I gave it to her.
Funny
I don't know where she did it. I'm
The
going to have to ask her.
stove was well lit that evening. Interesting.
Before
that's good.
we completely lose everybody,
Sorry.
make sure to rate, like, share, follow, and subscribe to podcasts wherever you may see it. And feel free to email us, as always, to jibbywafflehour@gmail.com.
Oh, I didn't check
Check
that
out.
bit last week, actually.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Check out all our
I think
social
I said
medias.
Oh, did you?
Yeah.
Thanks.
We're on TikTok, Twitter,
TikTok.
Facebook, Instagram, email,
How is our TikTok doing?
Spotify,
I
Google
like how you
Podcast,
just kept on going.
Amazon Podcast.
All right, we don't need the whole list.
Oh,
We don't
sorry.
need the list.
Go ahead.
How is our TikTok doing, actually? But John asked you.
You're a social media manager, aren't you?
Ooh, I'm not sure
I
about
thought
that.
we hired someone for that. You said there's a wage going out every
yes,
week.
there is a wage going out. They are very good at their job, actually.
Yes.
Yes.
Shout out to Fergus. Fair play. You're doing a good job.
Yeah.
By Fergus.
Yeah.
Yeah. Scheduling all the things.
He sends me a text every week looking for his money.
Yes.
It's only resting in my account.
Well, as soon as Acast deposits the money, we have to hit over a certain amount before they deposit the money. So some month we will hit over that amount
It's
in
so
ad
bad that
revenue.
we haven't hit that in over 90 episodes of our podcast.
We've come really close. Like we were 4% off at one stage.
What?
Jesus.
So we're getting there.
One
So-
listen.
How long
Yeah.
ago was that we were 4% off?
I think that was in January, was it?
Have we not made 4 cents since January?
No, because it goes monthly.
Oh.
So they save all the monthly ones, and as soon as you hit, I can't remember how much. I think it's over €1,000 or something.
In 1 month.
Or no, 1,000 Swedish krones. In 1 month, then you get all the money.
Oh, right.
We're going to have to start doing like Troker style ads. John, Bertie,
For
and
strings.
Scotty are almost reaching their podcast figures, and it's just sad faces. of us too. Help them.
Send her a little box.
Tell
Their
your
lifelong
friends.
dream. was
Jamie
to-
Waffle, our money box. We'll put it out at Mass now.
Yeah,
on
we will, yeah.
Sunday in Trim.
Do podcast in mass.
Light a candle first.
Oh, it'd be awesome.
Could you do that? Say if a priest was sick or something, we'll come in and we'll do it for you.
There's a new priest in Kildalkey. I guarantee he's probably
Yeah,
trying to make
sure.
a name for himself. We could probably get away with it there.
Let's say
sound.
we'll do it and then not do it like everything else.
Do you know any priests? Yeah. Do you know any priests?
I do, but he's gone recently to Oldcastle, Father Mark.
He's gone to Oldcastle.
Yeah, gone to Oldcastle.
Oh,
New priest now in Ballivor, Kildalkey.
Oh, so he's gone from Kildalkey.
The road to
Because
Oldcastle's
the singing
a bit
priest is
hilly.
gone from Oldcastle.
Yeah. Mark.
Yeah.
Mark
Where's he off to?
I don't know. Is he gone off singing? Is
3
he?
Arena.
He's a different type of priest anyway.
What do
He
you
was
mean?
like
What type of priest is he?
no, that's not. No, he's still a good priest.
He was on Britain's Got Talent.
He's like a Presbyterian or some other.
What? He
vegetarian.
converted?
So he's a different kind of Catholic priest. He's a different one.
And
That's-
was he originally a normal Catholic priest?
No, never. I don't think he ever was. He was he's still a.
Oh, how did you know him then?
I didn't know him. I was told by another priest when we were getting married.
Watch
They were
out
like,
for
oh,
that,
will
lad."
you do the singing priest? Because it was that trend at that
No,
exact
we were
time
not.
when we were
That
getting
is-
married.
Oh.
And
He
then
is not
he
a
went
proper
into
priest.
this. Yeah, he went into this.
Was he
kinda-
taking the mick out of the singing priest?
Technically, yes, but he was like,
Oh.
"Oh, we won't be doing that now." He's not. He's a different type of priest, kind of attitude.
Oh, right.
Well, he
He's-
used to
he
wear a
went into
blue
a different
shirt. I
religion.
suppose that gives it away, doesn't it?
Which?
A blue shirt.
Yeah, a different type, like Orthodox
Now,
or
do you,
something like
I
that.
wonder, do you, in the priest academy, do you know when you're all training there,
Hmm.
do you all train as the one thing and then after that you kind of get streamed off into, oh, this lad's a bit singy, we'll send him off to the Protestants, they can have him, they like a bit of singing.
Yeah.
You can be Protestant,
And putting
you
the
can be
toaster in the
Catholic.
press.
Yeah. Or the eyes close together, I think that's another one, isn't it?
And they've lots of money.
Invariably Protestants are rich, yes,
Yeah.
that's the way it works.
And
Do you
they're
know
married.
what must be really hard if you're
And
a
they're
priest?
what, sorry? Oh, the priests are married.
They're married,
Oh,
yeah.
right, yeah.
Do you know
I got
what,
freaked out at
what must
sorry,
be-
go on, Bert. Go on. I got freaked out at a wedding
This
before.
whole
though.
podcast is just be us digging into Protestants.
I was at a Protestant wedding before. It was weird.
Do you know what's different about Protestant
They,
weddings?
they've cushions on the kneeling.
Cushions on the seats as
Yeah,
well.
On the seats.
Dude, I never
Yeah.
noticed the seats. on it.
Protecting the tushy.
The heating is usually on.
Oh yeah.
As you
Oh.
say, there's a bit of cash flowing about the
Yeah,
place.
yeah.
Oh, yeah, there you go.
Yeah. And they don't eat bread. There's no snack at halftime.
Oh, they
Yeah.
Oh
don't,
right.
Yeah.
don't like
Never
carbs.
noticed that.
They don't go
actually.
in for the Jaffa cakes.
Anyway, Bert, I'm sorry. Go on ahead.
Sorry.
Do you know what must be really hard to be a priest, right? And I think
That's
it would
what she
annoy me if I was a priest. Right, so all your clothes is black.
Class. I
Okay.
love that.
But then you see what happens is if that piece of black clothing is washed more and then it doesn't match that one, and you have to try and look for the right shades of black.
You're so pernickety.
You know, that'd be tough, isn't it?
Do you know what would be tough? If
Isn't it just one big onesie, no? I thought it was just a onesie and it was all sewn together.
That'd be funny,
they
actually.
just keep it on constantly,
Keep it on.
shower in the onesie.
I
Not
think-
just shower, or like, yeah, shower in a onesie. Yeah.
I think the newer priests though, they only wear that as a uniform, where I think the old priests that just used to be their clothes.
Oh, really?
Yeah, they have like civvies now.
Do
Right.
they?
Oh
I
yeah,
think so,
Father
yeah.
Mark used to be in the pub in the civvies drinking.
He always had a nice
in
moustache.
No way.
McLaughlin's.
With his Rick and Morty T-shirt on? No.
He probably had actually. Yeah.
What?
Yeah, there's definitely less of them in Minute. There's definitely less people going to be priests since I started working in
Oh,
Minute.
of course there is. I
Oh,
mean,
they're important, I'm sure now. Yeah.
where are they getting them from?
I think a lot of African priests are coming over.
That was a trend. Remember
Yeah.
Tommy
It
Tiernan
still
used
is
to
a
talk
trend.
about
For
that.
like an apprenticeship or something.
No, but it went
Yeah.
away for a little while, and now it's kind of coming back a little bit
Yeah.
because we're losing priests here.
Yeah.
Would you do it?
Get into the priesthood.
Yeah.
No.
Did you say
If
your dad
they-
was meant to be a priest? Or was
My
that
dad
your
was
dad?
my dad trained to be a priest back in the day. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
But
He didn't make it at the end.
he got a different calling.
Was it Mr. Haggerty in
It was a FOSS course that he did one weekend.
Mr. Haggerty in school, he was meant to have been going
That's
to be
right,
a
I heard
priest.
that as well. I think that was just a rumour that
Oh,
boys,
was it? All
boys
right.
started.
All right.
If they allowed priests to marry, I'd say it'd be a different scenario.
Yeah,
You'd probably get better priest.
probably.
Yeah.
Yeah, there'd be less trouble, I'd say.
Yeah. Or women priests.
Women priests. Well, Sinead O'Connor was a priest, wasn't she? There's a different...
A pastor or something.
different
or-
religion.
Different
wasn't
type of she'd
Preacher.
go down a different route.
Yeah, yeah.
But like they have to give in some
It's
stage.
like 7
Do
years
they
or
though?
something to be a priest.
They're
though.
pretty renowned for being stubborn now, the old Catholic
Yeah,
Church.
stubborn will be the end of them,
I,
unfortunately.
well, it's going that way, isn't it?
Yeah.
Seven
Yeah.
7 years, I think.
To be a priest?
To be a priest, yeah.
Jeez, less time to be a doctor.
Yeah, could be.
My God.
Like 7 years to believe in God. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, and to forget.
Do you think when they go to study they don't believe in
Yeah,
God?
they don't believe in God at all.
And to forget
It's a
about the
trade.
lady
I thought it was like a
first.
FOSS course or something. Yeah. It's
How
like-
much belief do you have now this year?
Yeah. Stage 1.
It's terminal. I believe in God.
I wonder I don't know now, but I wonder is there like scenarios when you're teaching, like you'd walk into a room and there'd be one person there and they'd be like, "Oh, I'm going to get married. What's the advice?" Or like you'd walk in and he goes, I don't believe in Jesus, and go. And then you have to like trying to convince them of Jesus, like, you know.
And there's priests over in the corner with clipboards marking them.
Exactly. Yeah.
Oh, I wouldn't have done that. I wouldn't have done that.
Yeah. Or like 100 people giving him communion and his elbow is a bit low there.
Oh, send up Gertie. She always puts her tongue out. I wonder see what his tongue technique is
Yeah,
like.
the curveball in the middle.
The curveball. Oh, you want to see Father Damon, his throwing technique. He throws it from about 50 feet back and he gets it in their mouth. He's some boy.
I wonder is there like a
Priest Championship.
yeah, but like
Priest Olympics.
like TripAdvisor.
For priests.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh,
Rate your priest.com
Rate my
or
priest.
something. I don't know.
If there's not, I want to start that website. RateMyPriest.com.
Maybe,
There
yeah.
has to be.
Well, there's definitely should be a way of rating the mass, at least.
It's like,
Like, you know those, in the airport, there's the smiley
Course
face
there.
and the sad face.
Like
when you're
going
walking
out a
out,
little,
on the way
little
out.
happy faces.
when you're coming out of the church, you either like,
You know, they'd line up the communion, the ultra boys, and see you slap their
Yeah.
heads.
yeah,
I never liked shaking hands at mass.
Oh, that's gone now, I think. That's gone.
I never liked because it'd be like
It's a little odd now. It's gross.
and then
I
you
liked
turn
it.
around to shake your hand and you're
Yeah,
like,
not
fuck off.
fuck, I was shaking your
I
hand.
loved it. I loved it. That was my
It's
favorite
good.
part.
Now, were you one of these people who would shake the hand and then grab the hand with the other hand?
No.
Real solid
Oh.
No,
shake.
no, I did the very, very end of the
Oh, you're
hand.
one of the drippy hand ones.
I
I did
I-
the America Talent
I'd,
thing.
I'd come into mass and I'd try and get a row that no one in front of me and no one behind me. And then if someone comes in front of me, I'd actually move back.
For
So
feck's
I
sake,
would
that's a bit much.
because it's a stranger. I'm not shaking their hand.
You're a
I used to
germaphobe.
love young Father Kelly in Trim. His masses were 25 minutes
He was
long
class, wasn't he?
with no handshaking.
Yeah, he was brilliant.
That was
He
good.
was brilliant. He was like
Yeah.
the drive-through McDonald's of priests.
Yeah.
He was class. You go in for he was always early as well on Sunday, wasn't
Yeah.
he? In, you were out, and you were fucking away for
See,
Football Italia.
There's no half 12 mass now on a Sunday in Trim at the moment.
What?
Just for the summer. Yeah, it's like a summer break thing. Give the priest a rest or something.
That's like the football break in
Yeah.
in the football. Fair play to them.
So it's just 11 o'clock.
The priests need a break
yeah.
from doing what?
For too much mass, like.
What are they doing? They're going in there and reading something.
It gets
An
stale,
hour's
like.
work a day.
They have to go and like freshen up a bit, you know.
Freshen up.
You know,
They go mingle. They need their holidays.
for the sermon, you know.
I'm telling you, priests they don't have it bad now.
No, but sermons are like podcasts. Like, I mean, they have
Free
to like,
verse.
have a good sermon every
Do their
week.
research.
You'd go back for a good sermon,
Would you say now, and this is going to come up in the news in a little bit, but would you say priests are using AI to write their sermons?
They probably are now.
A day will come, all right.
AI, write me a sermon for 9 mass for a load of
Write
owl
me a
people.
eulogy for Rita, who died recently.
Yeah.
I'd say that's coming. AI priests.
AI priests. That probably will be the next big thing.
I'd say so.
Yeah,
Well,
just
I mean,
a speaker at the top of the church.
if priests are like, if it's a way of the past and they're dying out, then maybe that's the way to go. AI priests.
In fairness, just for a good point before we go on to your news and stuff.
We're not even done the intro yet.
over COVID, they did set up webcams now because obviously mass and stuff
That went awry a few times.
means a lot to a lot of people, and they've done a really good job over COVID for the masses and stuff.
Well, there was always a webcam in Navan, wasn't there? I think that's
was
been
there?
Nobody
added.
knew about that one.
Stop. No, that's been there for a long, long time.
Oh.
Yeah, you could watch it. Well, no, that's been in a few places for the elder people who couldn't get to the church.
Oh, I just thought it was
Yeah.
things started
Webcam.
during COVID.
No, that's been going for a while.
My mammy used to watch the Glocky one all the time.
Really?
The only reason I knew it was on because she always used comment amen on the comments underneath the video.
Oh, she'd comment as well.
Yeah. She'd want to comment so the priest would know she was there.
High tech mammy.
Yeah.
Can you
I love
tap
it.
yet for the collection?
If they haven't, there's a big problem. They need to go on board now.
Tap him.
Yeah, I'll revolute you, priest.
Yeah.
Come on. It.
Anyway,
I'll send you. Yeah, will yeah. It's a big problem, I think, for homeless people as well. Is the lack of change that people have.
Yeah, like people have there's a lad outside Aldi and you're looking for change and like I don't know when
Yeah,
last time
And
I
I
had
feel
change in
really
me.
bad. I went through a while of like, if I had change in my pocket, I would give it to someone.
yeah.
But now I just don't have any
Yeah,
change.
it's tough. It's tough.
And I feel like an arsehole because
I give him
you know,
jellies.
You think, well, that's a good one too, actually. But
Jellies.
I bought jellies in Aldi.
You give the people looking for money jellies.
Yeah.
what am I going to do with this? I can't be and buy heroin with jellies.
Well,
Now
no, we
that's
don't know.
terrible
what
now.
that's- yeah.
You don't
That's a bit
know
of a
if that's
stereotype.
We don't know
Yeah,
what he was
yeah.
looking for.
I
cocaine.
Actually, coming out of Crow Park, there last year, the ladies all Ireland final, and there was someone, I don't know, do you call it begging or asking for money or whatever? And I had a full bottle of Coke
glamping.
not
I
open.
think it's glamping.
No,
is
there's
what you
another
call it.
word for it.
And I go, I have no change, but there's a bottle of Coke. And the lad ate me.
No way.
Yeah, and he got up and ran after me and give, I can't do that, I don't want this, don't want that, whatever. And it's just a new bottle, this is not open, it's Coke. I
Oh
just
wait,
walked away
was
from him.
this during COVID?
No, it was last year.
All right.
Like last September.
You know the beggars that are outside that Brown Thomas car park? There's always a guy sitting outside on Wicklow Street.
Jeez, there must be high standard beggars at the
He's still shoddy looking.
Oh.
But the missus went up to McDonald's and bought him a McDonald's meal, and he
Yeah.
ate the shite out of her.
Yeah.
He made the
You see-
fucking money for it, he says.
Yeah, they just
What?
want money.
Yeah.
Ah.
you should have given me the fucking money.
Well,
Yeah,
you see,
you see
well,
the-
why are they asking for the money?
Yeah.
Buy drugs.
So
Yeah, there you go.
So there's probably people that are genuinely homeless and maybe hungry and stuff. But then there's also
No,
people
there's
that are
free
looking for
food.
money for that. Like,
There's free food in all these
soup
like
kitchens
soup
and stuff.
kitchens and everything.
see the one on TikTok, and they ran after her because she literally got dropped there by a car, and she lives in a house and all, and
Ah,
she was
no.
they were begging for money just to get money. Like,
This is the thing, you just don't know. Like, and I know this for a fact because someone else has told me. Well, actually, maybe that's not. I don't me know it for a fact. But the girls that go around Navan here, do you ever see the Romanian girls that go around the place? That they live in a house together.
They're in a gang, yeah.
But they come down and they'll go and like this is their job. They come down and they
There's a
just ask for
documentary
money.
on RTE. Look it up on YouTube. A full documentary on the Irish gangs that do it.
All right, okay,
There's like a pimp guy,
right.
manages it all, goes around and picking them up. Anyway, podcast lads, what do we?
All right, sorry,
Gotta
yeah,
stay
we
on
got
this.
way off.
yeah, 1/3 of all the food in the world is wasted. There's like
well imagine.
there's like a land mass as big as China that is farmed and is just wasted. I heard on the radio today.
Where is it then if it's not in China?
Where's it going to?
It's like all the stuff that is bought and you're throwing out or goes out of date and you don't use it. Like
There's a land mass.
no,
The size of China?
no,
Oh.
it's just
Just
for
the amount
like,
of food would
yeah,
cover
yeah.
China.
Yeah,
I'd say
exactly.
about 30% of
That's
that is my wife's.
She's not
Say
fond
so.
of the old.
Oh.
That's mad.
She opens up packs of biscuits like a raccoon. She'll be a full pack of biscuits. She'll rip the whole pack
Oh, I
open,
love
take a
it.
biscuit out, and leave the pack open in the press.
That's very annoying.
She doesn't she doesn't twiddle
Not
the
very
top of
neat.
it.
No, you literally rip up the top and just take the bit.
Yeah.
She will
Love it.
take one biscuit, head out. Then you come back like 2 days later, biscuits are all like
All stale.
stoggy and stale.
And you can't be at that now. Come on, Ignata.
Jeez, like
Yeah.
John, I knew you were like a good man, but to say with someone like that, I don't know.
I know. I only found out after I married her.
The day after.
The day
she
after.
waited.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did the priest tell you how to deal with such situations?
No, he didn't. Didn't not have a clue.
Right. Look, I'm not going to ask you about your weekend. I'm going to do it after, but we're going to do our news first of all.
Go.
All right, let's go. All right. So, 1/5 of Irish workers using AI in their jobs nowadays. So, according to a new study, 1/5 of Irish workers are currently using artificial intelligence tools in their jobs. Microsoft Ireland Work Trends Index also shows that those who do not currently use AI, 1/4 cite an interest in doing so. So, this is something we've talked about recently enough, like areas that we could use AI. Are you using AI in your
Every
job?
day, yeah.
So, what are you using it for in yours?
Yeah, content on the website, SEO.
Is
all
that
kind
not
of
like
stuff.
the muscly fella that looked at you? Was that not AI?
What's the-
Oh yeah, you were making pictures of yourself.
Yeah.
Almost.
Oh, the muscular. That's a muscular. That's AI imagery and stuff like that we use. Yeah, so we get tables and chairs and put food on them with AI.
Do you
It's
have?
pretty cool.
Is there AI John Creans with loads of muscles?
Yes,
in,
sitting. If you look over the website,
Outdoors.
there's going to be random John Green sitting there.
poking out from behind
Yeah,
the plant.
Yeah. So yeah, we do it
do you
for
know-
everything.
do you know-
Firing people, we do everything. Sorry, what?
Hiring people as well.
Yeah,
Do you know it'd be really funny if you had like a tablecloth and when you zoomed in, it was just a load of John Green heads on it?
that would be
Oh,
interesting.
you have to do that. Start hiding them places around
Yeah.
that.
It's like where's
Cats.
Yeah.
Cats with my face on them everywhere. Class.
Please start doing that. If there was an area in your job, Berticus, to use AI, where do you think you could utilize it? Do you think?
I don't know. If you put in, write me a 6-week program for fat loss for Rita.
Oh, there you go.
There's Rita again.
Yeah.
I wonder. I must try that. See what comes up.
Be interesting.
Yeah.
What would happen now if you looked at that and it was better than something you could write? Would you just be like, just
Well,
push
like,
it into the bin?
The thing is, right, so I think it could do a program all right. Maybe it can, or it can, I don't know. But it probably could, but then it's not relative to the actual person, because for that kind of program, you really need to know what the person is like. So
Yeah,
they
true,
don't know,
yeah.
like, experience, age, whatever, that they are, or whatever, like, you know.
But you could go, okay, well, Rita is...
Yeah,
write me a weight loss
if-
program for Rita who is this.
Yeah, if you could get real
Yeah.
specific, maybe, and putting in the details, maybe.
I'd say you could do that, and I would do it.
Yeah. Because I know that you can put in, like, you can search or put in, do, like, a 3-day trip to trim or whatever, and it comes up
Oh, it's
all the details.
you have
to do
no
trim.
idea, lads.
And you
You
can
have
plan
no,
out your
it's
trip,
so
like.
scary.
Do you know what I might do? I'm in two minds.
Yeah.
Well, not two minds, but I want to go on a little weekend holiday with the kids.
Mm.
I think over August, sometime in August. I might ask AI
It'll do it for you.
to recommend like
There
a
you go.
chip with the kids for
Yeah.
like 2 or 3 days.
You going cycling?
I will go cycling. Yeah. Oh, I love a bit of a
You
cycle.
do one of the green ones.
Yeah, we did the Waterford one,
Yeah.
and they loved that.
Mm.
Yeah,
So
good
I
too.
might go over and we did the other one in the west as well.
Oh, Westport, yeah.
Yeah, we did
There's
that
a blue way or something from like Clonmel to somewhere as well.
one. Swimming, you swim the whole way.
No, I don't know why it's called a blue way instead of a green way. I don't know.
You get the snorkel out. Just be wrecked. From where to where? Sorry.
Somewhere down in Clonmel, like there follows like an old train track or something as well.
To where?
I don't know where it goes.
All right.
I can't remember.
England.
Just keep cycling.
Across the Giants Causeway.
All right. Well, there you go. AI is here to stay. It is terrifying, some of the stuff that's coming out.
Yeah, I feel sorry for anybody who's in those kind of jobs. That like, I read the other day, astrophysicists. You know, all these people are biologists, and all these people that go to college for like 7 years, and they come out and they have to, let's say they have to study something. Let's say the DNA of something,
Yeah.
and it takes like 5 years to study this DNA. Hey, I can do that in 5 minutes now.
Oh, for feck's sake.
Yeah, so let's say they're 7 years in college, they can come out now, and AI can do the job that they're studying to do.
It's all a bit Terminator, isn't it? Like, is there a point in AI where we all collectively look together and go, lads, come on. Now
That's happening now at the moment.
This is ridiculous. We're going to have to like just curb this somehow because it will feckin' take over.
That's what's happening now. They're creating some alliance or something.
But
like that.
when I was in college and you submitted projects, it done like a plagiarism kind of check on it.
Oh, yeah,
I'm
yeah,
sure
yeah.
there's going to be like an AI check or
There
something.
will be.
Well, I mean, how do you do that? Because, well, actually, you know what? Because I asked AI the same question as you did one of the weeks, and
Yeah.
it came up with the exact same
Answer each
No, maybe
time.
it wasn't used. No, it was something we were doing here in the school.
Yeah.
Actually, yeah, we've used it as well.
Yeah.
It was to come up with a letter, and I asked the same question as my colleague did, and it came up with the exact same script.
Yeah.
So there's only there's holes in it.
Yeah.
You know, it doesn't come up with
Well, it
individual
pulls
stuff each
things,
time.
it scans every website in the world, technically.
So
Right,
every
okay.
website's the same for that question that you
pulls
asked.
the info
okay.
from web. That, and there's another whole story to AI. A lot of whoever created AI is getting sued because it's pulling all the information from everywhere. It pulls from Twitter, it pulls from Facebook, it pulls from Google, it pulls from the Sun newspapers articles.
Yeah.
The sun.
Yeah, you don't want to.
But the problem is, it's not. It
Boycott.
was never allowed to do that. It's all personal property of everybody.
right. Okay.
So it shouldn't have been pulling them
Is it
things.
pulling it from like Facebook and social media?
Pulling
stuff
it from
as well?
everywhere that's public.
Ooh.
You know, so let's say I wrote a thesis for college and I posted it online.
Yeah.
That AI can pull my thesis and post it somewhere else.
AI is definitely going to have your Mickey pics.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Yeah, let's hope it.
Oh God! Can we just ask AI? AI, could you get me Johnny Green's Mickey pics? And
Yeah.
then they just come up.
What if you asked?
Yeah, I've uploaded
like,
a few pictures, so go ahead.
What does John Crean's Mickey look like? Want to describe it?
Can you try it?
It'll bring up Mickey Mouse.
Try it there and see. Okay, I'm going to move on away from it because we could do a whole podcast on that yet again.
You're Googling that, but you've already Googled that a few times before.
In fact,
It's
that
in
was
your history.
That was your first search. It's all of our first searches. Don't worry. Okay, Ireland's oldest man turning 107 next week.
Jeez, fair play to him.
Where's that? Killannon. Where's Killannon? Native Martin McAvilly will turn 107 next week and will receive his 7th silver medal from the president, which he is apparently buzzing to get.
You get one every year.
107.
After 100, you get
After
one every
100,
year.
you get one every year. So he's collecting those medals. They only had 7 of them
Only
in
thing
stock
that's
this
keeping
year.
them-
Like,
Keeping them
fuck's
going.
sake.
Yeah.
But how long do you think you are going to live for? And do you think, because this lad looks fairly happy now for 107. Like, I've seen people who are like 100 and they're not looking as good as this lad.
Oh, he looks
He's
well,
looking
actually.
grand.
Doesn't
Well,
he?
he seems to have something that's holding his head upright.
That's
so.
just a travel pillow. He just likes to snooze. It's to stop him getting a sore neck if he falls asleep. Did it actually get the
Hang on a
fix?
second.
Let me see.
No, it says, I'm sorry, but I cannot provide explicit or inappropriate content. As that.
Can they describe it?
But talk to me after the podcast. Let's see what we can do. How long do you think you're going to live for? Give me a rough estimate.
Our generation will
I want to
probably
live to 100.
be
I want to get the money from the president.
I'd love to get to 100. Yeah, it'd be nice.
I was listening to Neil deGrasse Tyson podcast.
What a dude.
Yeah.
Love that guy.
And he was saying in the next 30 or 40 years, we should be at reverse velocity for age.
Really?
So in the last 50 years,
So we could live forever, possibly.
he
Benjamin
said we will get there eventually. So he said that in the last 50 years, we've added 20 years onto our life span
Right,
in
okay.
general, in
So
generation.
what you're like dying in the 60s, more likely. Now you're in the 80s.
Yeah. And in the last 20 years, we've added 5 years onto our lives. He said eventually it's going to get to the stage where we'll be, for 1 year research, we'll add 1 year onto our lives. And that's when we'll reach reverse. So technically, there's going to be someday there's going to be someone that can live forever.
Wouldn't you feel a little bit hard done by if you were the lad, like the next
Yeah.
day where it
Yeah.
finally comes in and
Yeah.
you died the day before? Like,
Yeah.
for
Yeah, you're on your deathbed. It's like, we can live forever now.
And is that just because of lifestyle, medicines, disease curability?
Yeah, like all your understanding cells and biology and knowing, like, as I said before, I think every time you create a cell, time your cell doubles, it creates a very poor cell.
Yeah.
And if you do that over 100 years, you've really crappy cells copying really crappy cells. And that's how you die. But they can reverse that now. They can do it so your new cell that you copy is actually stronger than your previous cell. It's incredible what they're going to be
Well,
doing.
I'd like to think that we'd live longer than people that were born 100 years ago, I suppose.
Yeah, you'd hope so.
But is it wrong? Because
Well, I'd say your dad has outlived his dad. My dad has outlived his dad. Has your dad outlived his dad?
No, not yet.
my dad's dad died when he was like 40 or something. So yeah.
Did he? 40?
Yeah, he pneumonia. Pulling a horse and cart in the snow.
Common enough, yeah.
Yeah, back then it was.
In Kerry, where were the servants?
They were off that day.
My
They
grand-
died of pneumonia.
Oh, right.
He was the last one.
And my granddad was in his 80s.
Ah, good age.
When he passed
My
away.
other granddad was in his 80s. Yeah.
Yeah, my dad isn't obviously in his 80s, not yet. He's well before that.
But here's a scenario, right?
Excellent.
Let's say everybody could live forever.
Yep.
Would you appreciate people then?
No, not at all. Life
You
would
know?
become pretty meaningless then.
Yeah.
But
Be
like-
like, I'm not smart. I'll see him in 50 years. You
Yeah,
know?
yeah, exactly. Yeah,
I'll see you again. See you in 50 years and go and travel the world. It doesn't matter. Like, it's the same analogy as flowers. Like, why would you buy someone real flowers? They're going to die in 7 years.
Actually, yeah, what,
7 days.
If you could live
7
forever,
years, those good flowers.
what's the point in like having a job?
Having a job or
You
connection
just,
or...
you just walk off and like, well,
Yeah.
there's 1,000 years. I can come back and do this whenever.
Yeah.
So I'm
Take
just
it.
going to go walk to Feck in England. I can't die anyway, so I'm going to swim to England. Feck it.
Your J1 would be 50 years.
Oh, wait, hang on. Like, not being able to die and living for a long time are two different things.
Well, I mean, if we get to the point where we're not dying, I'm sure we could cure anything.
Well, you can get hit by a bus and die.
All right, so we're not going to get rid of dying completely. We're just not
You'll never
aging.
get rid of
Yeah.
accidents. No, it's your age. Yeah.
You're pushing the Grim Reaper out about 40 years,
But he's still around.
but he's still around.
Oh, yeah, he's
So
driving
he'll get
buses.
you,
He's
he'll
driving
get
cars.
you, he'll get you out of 120 instead of getting you at 80.
All right, 120.
150, I'd say in the next... Like, my daughter might see 150. You never know.
Isn't
She'd be
that
going.
class?
Imagine that being like a common thing, like 50th and 21st, going to 100ths.
Then again,
Mm.
we have a son.
Yes.
At some stage, that's going to burn out. Do you really want to live to see that happening?
It won't happen for the next million years at least.
Well, I mean, if you're not dying anytime soon,
Earth's been around for 14 billion years.
is that a true figure?
Yes, it is. No, it's 6,000 years old, and it circles around the Earth.
Okay, yeah, go.
But yeah, look, it's another couple of billion years. We're never gonna have that issue.
Okay, cool. Okay, well, our kids are okay then.
Our kids are fine.
Great. Okay. All right.
And a global warming might be the next issue. But anyway,
Okay,
let's not get into that one.
Man who bought lifetime airline pass for 227,000 in 1990 has flown 23 million times and saved 1.9 million pounds. He bought. Apparently, this was a thing. He's travelled a whopping 23 million miles around the world since purchasing a lifetime pass. This used to be a thing with United Airlines, where you could buy a one-time ticket. He bought it for £227,000. United Airlines. I thought that was American. In 1990, or maybe that's just they converted it. And he's apparently the world's most travelled air passenger. I didn't know that this was a thing that you could buy. They've obviously done away with this now, I'd say.
Yeah, America's weird.
Well, if that was ages ago, sure, probably when
1990.
you didn't fly that often.
Yeah. So he bought this for 227,000, but that's him for life. What an investment that was.
He must have had a few quid in 1990.
Yeah, for 227,000.
That would have been worth around $1 million back then.
Yeah,
though.
it says it probably.
Probably, yeah.
Mm.
Yeah. But like, he saved 1.9 million.
I saved 1.9 million too by not flying around.
But I mean, look at
Like where do you get? Where's the logic in that?
But you've seen Feck all of it. He can travel.
Yeah, you didn't leave Ireland until like in your late 20s when you met
I didn't want to leave Ireland.
All the money I saved.
Didn't want to leave it anyway. I don't money
You're happy enough in trim with your Ferrari
But
jacket.
that's him there.
Emerald Isle.
He's going to go into old age. Like, he's got a good few years.
The
there.
guy that's 107 was the guy that was flying around.
They look alike, don't they? But he could travel until he's his age.
He looks fairly happy, to be fair.
Look at him. He's traveling all around the world whenever he wants.
That looks first class as well, to be fair.
Does he still have it, or they copped onto him?
No, he still has it. He bought this ticket. He has it for life.
I think I heard him on the radio once.
Yeah. But he can just get up. He could decide, like,
Vegas.
Yeah. Go wherever. What's going on in the world today? Oh, Rio. Oh, they're having a world. I'll just go to Rio.
Yeah.
Hop on the plane like it's a bus. Just feck off to Rio. Go
Anybody
out.
who's scared of flying, talk to that man.
Yeah, he's grand. Not a bother. I imagine how unlucky you'd be if you got in a flight that crashed.
Oh yeah.
Oh, after buying that lifetime pass.
Imagine it was his first one, yeah.
Do you know what United's?
Isn't that ironic?
United Airlines' way of
Alanis
getting out of it,
Morissette.
they get him onto a plane, and they've one flight attendant on it, and he just hops out with the air parachute.
I like Alanis Morissette. That would have been a good gig to go to.
Yeah.
It would, and none of those things are ironic, by the way. They're just all bad luck.
Yeah, I like her songs.
Anyway, that's my news. Okay, so today's topic, and we're really getting through it today. Today's topic.
Yeah, but we're not getting through the topic at all.
Today's topic is based around how our weekend was.
Oh, yeah.
So, John, how was your weekend?
My weekend was lovely. It was
What'd you
my
get up to?
birthday on Friday,
Yay!
and the lads brought me out.
For pints.
We did.
pints.
We went out. There was an event on.
There was.
Someone was playing music in Minute in the Roost.
Yes.
The good tones.
Yep.
Yeah, they were fairly good that night now, in fairness to them. My band were playing.
Yeah.
And
So-
you guys decided to come out for pints.
We were looking for an excuse to go for pints, and Scotty was playing in his band in Minute, and we said, let's go.
And do you know what surprised me the most?
What?
Is that
A
we
big
put it
mic-
up in the group and we said we'd go, and we actually
did
went.
it.
I know, it's mad, isn't
Yeah,
it?
yeah.
Absolutely
What
crazy.
seldom is wonderful.
But I think that it was just the perfect storm. You guys had said, "Oh, we want to go out and have
It's John's
a pint."
birthday, yeah. He was
And I
doing
like,
nothing.
"Oh, I can't go out. I'm gigging tonight."
Offaly was over.
Yeah.
No Offaly, free Friday night. No football, no nothing.
And then I realised, hey, wait a minute. I gig in a bar.
Yeah.
You can drink there. And out she came.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it was interesting because, like, we never believed you could drum. We just thought you were
Yeah,
like,
so we're probably going to
Yeah,
give
yeah,
give you a compliment here, right? So,
Yes. I love
like,
them.
we knew obviously you can sing and you drum and you talk about gig and all that, but we've never actually seen you.
Mm.
You were quite impressive, to be fair,
Thanks, man.
Yeah,
because
you
you're
were.
actually like as friends we think, oh yeah, Scotty's good at drumming and he's good at singing, but actually when you see it, because I think drumming and singing is probably the hardest mixture.
Yeah.
Because the drumming is so important to the songs and to the band, and to be able to sing as well, I think that's the hardest mixture.
Well, to be honest, I find it harder to play guitar
Do you?
properly and sing than I do to drum and sing.
Oh.
Because I've been playing drums since we were back in school. I started when I was
Yeah.
about 13
Because for
14.
90 odd minutes, bar was a one song. You sang them all.
90 odd minutes. Hold on now. It was 2 hours.
2 hours, yeah. It
Was
was
it 2
1
hours?
o'clock, yeah. It started at 11.
Yeah.
It was on
11 to 1, baby.
Oh, I thought it was 11 to half 12.
2 hour in the button. And
No.
if you
Even
stop
I
a minute,
remember
sorry.
that.
if you stop a minute before that, they get fairly grouchy.
All right.
Yeah, 2 hours in
Oh,
the
sorry, I
button.
thought it was half
Yeah.
12.
But no, I sang them all bar one song. Robbie sings Highway to Hell.
Yeah.
I think
because-
Robbie's so funny.
We won't forget that one.
Robbie is
No.
like, he doesn't know where he is or what he's doing. His fingers just do like the
Yeah.
guitar playing, and he's looking around and kind of walking
Ah,
and smiling
yeah.
over at you. And
I think he went to the back of the room and stared at the wall for a while.
He does his own thing, Robbie Kennedy. Yeah.
Yeah.
But Robbie's been playing. He's been playing acoustic guitar, and I remember Robbie. Now, I shouldn't probably say this on the podcast, but Robbie used to play the flute.
Yes.
And this was back when we were in primary school. I remember him. Went back to his house, and he went into this little chest in his room, and he picked out this flute, and I was like, "What are you going to do with that?" And he just went. He just started playing flute. I was like, "That is very
Yeah,
impressive."
he's a very good musician.
We are going to be friends.
Yeah.
And then, but sure, you just pick up a guitar, playing acoustic guitar, playing trad stuff
Accordion.
from when he was young. He'd just pick up anything and
Yeah.
play it. Like, he's such a natural musician. But he wouldn't consider himself a musician because he absolutely hates musicians. We have this ongoing thing where if someone does something, a musician does something musician-y, like they're just late for something or they're just a little bit aloof, he'll be like, fucking musicians. And he's the best
Typical.
musician I know.
He was giving out about the two of yous as well.
Was he?
When
What was he
doing
saying?
The sound check, like.
Oh, yeah.
He's always bad at doing
He's
it.
always giving out about sound checks. But that's just the site 4 man in him. He just wants stuff done yesterday.
Yeah.
That's the way he is. But yeah, you come out to see the gig anyway.
Yeah, it was interesting. We
Yeah.
spent a bit of time at Robbie while he's doing a sound check.
Yeah,
Very
and
interesting to see
I think
outside.
to recognise John was able to sit at that bar and he'd have maybe a quarter of his pint left and he'd just make eye contact, point down,
Yeah, it's impressive.
No, that's just experience for you.
and
Yeah.
they bring another pint.
They knew. Now, did you keep on pointing at the same bartender and go?
No, there's
No,
no
different bartenders.
different ones. So
Just whatever one was passing by, he just pointed at the glass and they knew what was going on.
right.
They just, yeah, but that's what bartenders do. That's just the attitude.
Do you know what was
Not
quite
every night you have the gin enthusiast in.
Mm.
That's true. They knew
Drinking
who,
beer.
Oh, they definitely knew who you were. Yeah, drinking beer. Not a gin to be seen in the house.
phony.
I guarantee you, there's pictures of you on social media drinking a beer, and like people.
Pint of
"Oh,
Guinness."
check this out,
What
check
you
this
have?
out."
7 pints?
7, I think, yeah.
That's a mighty figure.
That was great. Oh, look, I felt it later on.
Oh well, I know. you
As
did.
soon as the air hit me, I was goner.
Now, in fairness to you, you were fairly good. We had a conversation afterwards.
I think I'm a friendly drunk.
Oh, you're very friendly.
I'm
You're
not,
a nice
I'm
drunk,
not
yeah.
a rowing drunk.
No, she offered me your burger.
Yeah.
You spent all of this time going to the chipper, getting your chips, getting your burger,
And
lining up, and then you
giving it
came back and you're like, "Do you want my burger?"
Man, I would have given you anything then.
Oh, well,
Anything.
that's an offer.
And saying to your man about the Boar's Mill and the
Oh, yeah.
chippers. The
Yeah.
poor man, and I don't know where he was from,
Yeah.
but he
was
was
India
laughing.
or
He-
something.
He knew we were having like good crack or just banter or whatever.
Yeah.
And John's like, but you have a batter sausage and you've ketchup and you've onions. Just put them together.
So what way is the Boards Mill made? Do they go sausage and then put the?
It's sliced in half, or is a buttered sausage already sliced?
Yeah,
in half?
sausage already.
So they put on.
sauce and onions.
No, so what way does this work? What do they put the batter on and then slightly do it and then take it out?
No, it's just a normal
No,
batter sausage.
it's done. So you fully cook the batter sausage.
Yeah.
And then you put it into the paper, and then you put your tomato ketchup.
Oh,
and
they come
onions
on
in it.
afterwards.
So the
right,
onions
yeah.
are raw and everything in it.
Yeah,
Do you know
but
when
it's not red sauce and then onions. It's onions mixed in red sauce.
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
And do you know when they're doing batter sausages, do they have like a big bucket of batter? And they just dip the sausage in it
No,
and
dip-
then
yeah.
dip it in? Is that the way that's
Yeah.
done?
No, well, I'd imagine they do that in some manufacturing plant, but they're basically buying in batter sausages already
So
battered.
they come in already battered?
Yeah, they're probably frozen beforehand as well.
Unless you're a traditional chippers, maybe.
Right, okay.
Yeah.
I thought they were done on
But
site.
you're trying to tell your man then as well. It was on LMFM the other week. I went through the whole ad.
Don't remember that.
And then you're like, when did Mantra close?
I did. I
And your
did say
man
to
was
some
looking back
stranger
at
guy.
And then there's another guy in there, another customer, and he was trying to tell John that how long ago it was.
Because I did. I was looking across. It was the last time I felt like an old man.
Really?
When did that close over there?
And then we were following the family tree of Macari's and Romero's to see when
Oh,
it changed
no
to
way.
Romero's because it's on the wall. Like,
Oh, remember
That's
that
hilarious.
now? Oh, flashbacks.
Isn't it lovely hearing back about your night from someone else?
Thanks so much, Bert.
At what point of the night did you ever feel that it was like, oh, I've had one too many?
Probably the next morning.
All right,
I knew the pint. I was about two pints too many.
because I think it was 2 o'clock when I left you home, was it?
It was about that, yeah.
It would have been.
Just
So we
laughing.
finished at 1. So
We haven't been
But
out
I
that late
was
in a while.
fairly them pints were delicious.
yeah,
It was lovely. It was just I just gulped them down. They were so nice.
Didn't get any spinniness or no spinnies.
I had to
No.
go to the toilet a lot though.
I went to the.
once
oh,
you
yeah,
break
but
the
once
seal,
I can
that's it.
drink 3 pints without going to the toilet.
Yeah, and then
That's
it's
it. 4 pint. It's every half pint.
Yeah.
You know, I don't know why.
But there's a seal. You know that.
Yeah.
Once
yeah.
you break the seal, that's it gone.
That's
You
it.
can hold it for 5 pints, and then once it's
No,
gone, that's
3
it.
pints and then it's a pee a pint.
And you know what
Yeah.
I noticed a
Yeah.
lot of was the tapping.
it's loads now.
People must wake up the next morning and look at their bank balance thinking, how did I spend that
That's
much
exactly
money?
what happened to me. The pints are $7.30. I only realised that.
That
next
is
day.
criminal.
You only paid for 6.
You got one, and you were
You
like,
bought
I'm
me
not
one,
paying
Bert,
for
yeah.
that
Yeah, it
again.
was his birthday.
yeah.
So,
Uh,
what's the difference with the stuff that you were drinking as opposed to?
Just Italian beer. I don't know.
Is it like particularly? Is it always more expensive than a
I
pint?
didn't know. No, I don't think so. I'd say that was the average price of a pint. Maybe
Oh, that's
maybe a
horrible.
Heineken would have been like $7.10 or something.
Right, that's still horrible.
Yeah.
€7.
Yeah. Crazy
Um,
prices. Temple Bar prices.
That's crazy. Like I remember there was years ago I used to smoke, and when I stopped smoking, I think it was 4 something for a pack of 20, and but nowadays it's like 20 quid.
Ah,
Is
yeah.
that much to do?
Yeah.
And rightly so. That's really
That's why they're buying
Well, I'll
fucking
probably
vape
agree with
yokes
that.
for €2. That's
yeah. But that I feel like that now with drink by like hearing that. I remember when a pint was under a fiver.
I
Anyway.
had,
Yeah,
I had
480.
one Coke Zero.
Oh, did you? The whole way through the night.
The whole night. Yeah,
Just
I
make-
kept on offering. Every time I bought a pint, I asked them,
Like-
do you want another one?
Not done yet.
No.
Not done yet.
It's just, you wouldn't drink. I wouldn't drink.
looked like
more
gravy.
Than one bottle of Coke, like.
No. Would you try any of the zero beers? No, you don't really like the taste of it?
because I said to you before about the Guinness Zero. Like, unless you are
It's a bad one,
accustomed
though.
to drinking like alcohol,
Yeah.
you'd
true.
like the taste. But when you're not accustomed to drinking, it doesn't
It
taste
tastes
nice,
weird,
like.
yeah.
Yeah. So you had a question, John, that you wanted to ask. It was about the set list.
Yeah, we were there at the night, right? And I was very interested because I always look at things differently now that I'm a bit older.
A bit drunk. 7
And-
pints in, I look a bit different at
And
things.
drinks, yes.
Yeah.
But let's say psychology of a band's set list.
Mm-hmm.
Let's say at the very start of the night, let's say your first couple of songs, just crowds are still walking in, there's people just chatting and all that kind of stuff.
Mm-hmm.
How do you design a set list in order, like, do you put your less popular songs first because you know people wouldn't be primarily listening, but by like near the end of the night, that fucking place was banging, like it was hopping.
Rocking, yeah.
It was rocking. And
Yeah.
so do you kind of keep rocking slap you in the face songs till the very end, or do you kick off with a slap in the face and then just people are getting more drunker
Do you
anyway?
have like a band meeting?
No. We have played pretty much the same set list now for a good few
Oh,
years
that's what I was just
because
gonna
we
say,
know
yeah.
it works.
Yeah.
But like anything else, you measure the temperature of the room, and a pub it takes a certain amount of time for a pub to warm up. So when you go in, you know yourself when you go into a pub, like no one's drunk, your inhibitions are there, and once you start drinking, like a few pints in, which is usually for us maybe about 45 minutes to 50 minutes into when we're playing, people are starting to kind of get warmed
There was
up.
definitely more people there around 12 o'clock than
Oh,
11
yeah.
o'clock.
Yeah,
Half
well,
12
that's a
even.
late gig now. We're usually 10 to 12 hour gigs now,
Right.
but that one starts at
It's
11.
like it kicked off and like there was like a period of maybe from maybe 12 around that 1 o'clock that hit like the peak. of
Yeah,
people.
yeah.
And then people started leaving.
It
then
felt
when
only
the band
hopping
was
at
over.
around 11:45 or
Yeah.
12. Really.
Yeah. So we have a few things that we do. Yeah, we put all so we start off with like nice easy songs, country stuff, all at the start of the set list, nice slow tunes, because no one's really listening. They're all there chatting and whatever. And
this is good to hear. Then,
it's, as you say, it's background music at that stage.
Yeah.
And then we do medleys of songs. So we do maybe 4 or 5 songs all running into each other,
Yeah.
like a DJ would mix songs.
Nice, yeah.
So we mix stuff in. So we do like there's like a load of like the girly stuff. Like
You
the
played ABBA or something, wasn't it?
ABBA and Proud Mary and all those things. There's a section of that,
Yeah.
and then there's a section of funk stuff, and then it gets into all the rocky stuff, and you hype it up towards the end to the point where it's just a frenzy.
Because you
know?
were doing some like dance tunes
Yeah.
as well.
We mix
Maniac.
Yeah, we mix Maniac into stuff,
Yeah.
and
Did you do November Rain? Did you?
No, we didn't do November Rain, but we did that before. At a wedding. Yeah,
it was an amazing version of.
We've got a few songs that we have in the background in case people ask for them.
Yeah.
But generally, we stick to the same set list the whole time, just because it works. But as you say, like you're just measuring the room, and it just kind of builds and builds and builds, and then the last. But like, here's the thing about a set. You could play anything you want in the first maybe 45 minutes of a gig. People will only really remember the last 5 songs of the night.
Yeah.
And we could have a shocker of a gig, and if we play the last 5 songs, great. People come up to us and go, "That was the best gig I've ever been to, and you're class, you're amazing. 5 songs at the end. That's
Yeah.
it. That's all people
And how many
remember.
songs is in at 2 hours?
Anywhere between 25 to 30.
Wow,
Somewhere
that's a
around
lot
there.
of singing, and you can remember every word of every song.
Hell no.
So what word-
I used to.
Were you reading them off? That's what I was saying.
Yeah.
Because I said to John,
Yeah,
I
you
said,
did say that actually.
is he like doing a karaoke style, or does he remember all these words?
No. So I used to remember how I got into the band in the first place. I'll tell you a good story, actually.
Yeah.
I used to cover playing drums for the band. So I'd come in and cover Jer Ennis playing drums. He was away having another baby while his wife was. So I used to come in and play drums. And I'd do a bit of backing vocals for them. But I had another band that I was singing and playing guitar in. And the singer was leaving the band to go to Catch 22. Carl was leaving to go to Catch 22.
Oh, yes.
And so the singer spot was up. So I said to Robbie, "Give me the singer spot. I want it." And he was
Nice.
like, No.
No.
You're not good enough. And because
So they were called the Supertones before you joined.
just before I joined, they were stone cold sober
Stone
before
Cold
that.
Sober, that was it.
Yeah. So
And why did you change?
just rebranding, you know yourself.
You
like
need better branding.
Coca-Cola.
We talked about that.
All right.
Yeah.
I think we're all right. We're doing great.
We did actually, we're going to bring that up too.
Yeah.
Okay, so let me tell the story first. So I said to Robbie, I want this gig, and I'd covered with them, but I'd used sheets before to do the lyrics.
Yeah.
Because I'm really bad at remembering lyrics. He's like, right, look, we'll give you a shot. There's another guy in the mix for it, a guy called Stephen. He was in the mix. I think you know him as well, actually. He's in the mix for it as well, and I'll give you a gig. It was the 1st of January. It was a gig in Galway. We'll give you that gig, and if you do that gig and do well, then sure, we'll see. But me and Robbie have been friends since we were fucking 5 years old.
And he was harsh on you there.
He was very harsh. I was like, you fucking asshole. So I spent 2 weeks over Christmas. I was off work. I spent 2 weeks learning lyrics. So I'd say the lyrics. I walk around. I'd say the lyrics again. Say the lyrics again. To the point where I knew them inside out.
Bless you, you were rehearsing.
30 songs. I learned everything, and I
No
got up
way.
on stage in Galway, sang without any iPad, sang the whole set, and turned around to him and was like,
Legend.
"This is my gig," and he's like, "Yep, it's your
Yours.
gig. You're in the band," and that was that was about 7 or 8 years ago now. But after COVID, when COVID kicked in, we were obviously there was no gigs, and there's a space of a year I think where we didn't gig,
Yeah.
and I started to forget lyrics.
Oh, yeah.
So we went back and we did our first gig, and I just expected that I was going to be grand.
Yeah.
Couldn't remember any lyrics.
no.
It was a shocking gig. So I got the tablet, but all I have is one word at the start of a verse, and I have one word here. So My lyric
So
sheets
it
are
kicks
just maybe
in.
3 words.
Yeah.
So it'll just give me the start of it so I remember what it is.
Yeah.
So I don't have full lyric sheets. I just have the odd
Because
word.
because people are like that. Maybe it's different when you're constantly singing, but you know, like there's a song that you mightn't like the artist, but it comes on and you find yourself singing it.
Oh,
And you're
yeah.
thinking, oh, how do I even know the words?
That's all of our songs.
It's there in like the back of your mind anyway.
earworms.
So you just need that one word just to like kick you in.
Just
gear,
to kick
like,
it in. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I've found that I've gotten lazy since COVID, in that I now rely on the tablet for the lyrics.
Yeah.
And if it's gone, I panic. I really do. But I could go and learn it, but it's just I'm lazy now, so I just use the tablet. It's handy.
And when you get paid, like, is Robbie the boss man? And then he pays you, or you all
Who's the
equal?
manager?
Oh no, well, me and Robbie run the band together,
Very good.
and then we just it's Abel and Rob
So is it
work for the band. and then-
33.3, 33.3, 33.3.
I'm not going to discuss the finances of the band.
Just wondering, is it an even?
No,
keel?
no. Well, we have we have a band rate, so everyone gets paid the same rate for gigs.
Yeah.
And then there's a pot of money that's.
Oh, I was just going to
there.
say that for like equipment.
It's
and
equipment,
maintenance.
yeah. So
Oh,
it goes into it'll pay for maybe fuel for the gigs and
Yeah.
equipment if we need equipment and
And
stuff.
do you think maybe like
And taxes,
this is a
et cetera.
business idea?
Yeah.
Could you hand around a basket among the crowd?
a little collection plate.
A collection basket.
That's not a bad idea.
Just at the last song, just here, guys, hand that basket round there.
The difference between mass and a pub is that everyone's locked by the end of
Yeah.
the night, so that basket's going missing. It's going back
Or
into
to have a
Someone's
load
wearing
of
it on their
50s.
head.
or maybe 50s.
Yeah.
I've been paid actually. Can I
Never
tell
got
you?
tips.
Can I tell you another gig? We did get a tip. It's possible that we played a gig for a member of the IRA.
Are we allowed to have this live on the podcast?
We can do, yeah, because it's only presumed.
Okay.
But there was a hotel. I won't say where it was, and a few weeks before they had been raided, this hotel, and it had all been in the news about this lad who had links to the Ra, and
Yeah.
the money that was going through the place was to do with that and whatever. But we had been booked for this venue for a long time. We get booked a year in advance for all of our gigs, so we were booked for this venue, and we went up and played. There's no problem, whatever. The manager, this is the manager guy. We were getting to near the end of our set, and he was like, "Oh, everyone's loving it. Will you just play for another hour?"
Right.
And we were like,
No.
"No, not really." He was like, "I'll pay yous the same again if you
Oh,
just
shit.
if you just play for another hour." We're like, "Okay, fine, we'll play for another hour." So we played for another hour. At the end of that hour, he come up again. He was like, "Will you just keep on going?" And part of us were kind of like, we're afraid not to because we might get shot.
Yeah.
But at the end of the night, he brought us up to the back room, and he was like,
Into his desk and
Here's
lots of money."
Here's the extra money. Talk to you after, lads." And we left that gig and we were like, what would have happened if we didn't play
So
that
how long
extra?
did you play? For 5 hours?
4 hours.
4 hours.
So we played our initial 2-hour gig, and then he was like, play for another hour.
And is there a time in that? Because obviously you look like you enjoy it and you're having the crack and it's easy for you. But is there a time where like obviously you get sore, your voice gets tired? Is there a limit to how long you actually could go for?
But 2 hours is probably, you're turning into a pumpkin at that stage. It's going home time. 4 hours was tough now.
Yeah, I can
But
imagine.
we just played our set over again.
Oh yeah,
Right.
you didn't have to pull out different
No,
songs.
sure, we don't know 4 hours of music. So we just played our set again.
And you know, like famous bands, what way did they do the gigs?
What do you mean? Like with
Like-
their original music?
Yeah, like is
John
there
Bon Jovi.
is there a template of saying, right, well, we'll do a couple of the classics, or is the classics in the middle to get everybody going and they're throwing the new songs at the start? or
No,
whatever?
it depends on the band. You could go to a gig. I've heard of like who's the famous artist for doing this? Dylan did it once, where he didn't play any of his old stuff and he just played stuff off the new album. He went electric or something, went from acoustic to electric, and he just played new stuff. And everyone was like, "What are you doing?"
Yeah, don't do that, man.
There's play some of the old stuff. Play "Knocking on Heaven's Door" for God's sake.
Yeah.
But so it just depends on the artist. But I mean, you'll generally get gigs you go to nowadays. You'll generally get some of the old classics,
Yeah.
some of the new stuff, and that's the way it is. But I can't speak for
The
everyone.
Taylor,
Everyone's different.
the Taylor Swift tickets are ridiculous though.
Yeah, what is the story with that whole?
I don't know, they seem to be really expensive.
Yeah,
And she has 5, I think it's 5 levels of like VIPness.
what number one you don't even get nearer. It's just like a
And-
poster of her or something.
Yeah, and they're all called different things, and they're all like start at like 300 to 1,000 or something.
Oh, it's so stupid, isn't
Yeah.
it? You get to go in and sniff her toes for 1,000.
Yeah, but I don't think any of them is actually meeting her. It's just like better seats and then merchandise
so
and all this crap, I
stupid.
think.
Ridiculous,
I didn't read
isn't
through
it?
all of them now.
She's a hot ticket, though. In fairness, now that's a hot ticket. The Taylor Swift
Yeah.
tickets, and it's a good gig as well.
I didn't
in
think
Is
fairness.
it?
I knew she was popular. I didn't know she was that popular.
Ah, she's the #1 selling female artist in the world, I'd say.
Mm.
Yeah.
Frankie is chocolate. Frankie is chocolate. Tastes like chocolate. Never tasted before. Don't sample that.
So it's another quarter-final. So we've talked through these before. We're putting the Snickers up against the Whisper.
Oh, I only said chocolate bar World Cup because I'm hungry.
Okay. So now, as I
Oh,
said
thank you.
before,
Oh
like
my
if
God.
you were hungry, Snickers is probably the best bet because they are.
It's John.
There was something about Snickers that there's a bit of filling in it.
Yeah. I think I know who's going to win this already, although
Yeah.
I'm not sure. Like,
But if I was to drink, I have a cup of tea now. A Whisper, melt in and your
Yeah.
mouth stuff.
Snickers is if you're hungry. Whisper is if you're looking for.
what are you
a
going for
little
first?
snack.
Are you doing the
Who,
Snickers?
who makes your Snickers?
Nestle.
Nestle.
Nestle. Oh, so it's Nestle and Cadbury's, is it?
Yeah.
It is, yeah.
Oh yeah. Well, I do like
What-
the Whisper.
This
you-
is a good.
you're
This is
going
a good.
Whisper?
This is
Yeah.
a good mix now
Okay,
because this
Whisper
is
first.
Whisper first.
Yeah, because you
Who's
know,
going to make the semi-final?
I know that I'm going to vote for a Snickers. I'm just going to put that out there. So I'm going to go Whisper first, just in case.
No.
There's people at home getting the horn. Would you stop doing that?
That's nice. I like that. I do like that. I would like it with a cup of tea. Or
Oh, it's good chocolate.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that took me by surprise, actually. That's good chocolate.
and it's airy in the middle too. Like
Mm.
it's not that dense. Like
Whisper chocolate.
What's the difference between an Aero and a Whisper? Is it whoever makes them? Who makes Whisper or Aero?
Nestle,
Who makes Whisper?
Cadbury's,
Cadbury.
Oh, right, okay.
because
So
it's
there's
purple.
It's basically just a purple Aero, isn't it?
It's a thicker, more
With
dense.
nicer
I'd say it's a
chocolate.
denser arrow.
Yeah. Yeah, Aeros are very bubbly, aren't they?
Very bubbly.
I got one of them in an Easter egg. Oh, the Easter egg was class.
Really?
Yeah, it was the same kind of chocolate.
I'd love an Easter egg which is filled with chocolate. That'd be nice.
Like
Aero
a, like
chocolate,
a block of chocolate.
Yeah, just a block of
or
chocolate.
a big
yeah.
giant Cadbury's cream egg.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
I'm not in the mood for peanuts. I don't think I want to eat Snickers.
You have to do it. I'm sorry.
Oh,
It's the rules.
not a
I'm allergic to peanuts and I'm doing this game. All right, you're going to eat it.
I've got the EpiPen right beside his neck as he just goes to take a bite.
the things people do for podcasts. I'm just not a peanuts kind of guy.
Not many of us are, Bert.
That Aero was good, though. That was very good.
Whisper, you mean?
Or sorry, Whisper. Yeah, sorry.
Now already see how dense that is. That if you are hungry, like this would keep going. Like
Oh, they're great. They're the king of bars. Snickers are fantastic. I'm going to take a bite now. Here we go.
decent ads as well.
Yeah.
You're not you when you're hungry.
Very good ads.
It's a tough one.
Is it this one that used to be a marathon?
Yeah. Do you remember the Father Ted joke? It was the date in the calendar
Oh yeah.
when Snickers or when
Oh,
Marathon
only
became
that
Snickers.
was last week.
16th of July.
Was it?
Yeah.
I think I should have eaten the Snickers first because the Whisper's actually.
No, I'm going Whisper because as I said, I don't really like the peanuts. I'd only get one of those now if I went in and I was hungry. Where if I was going in for chocolate, I'd go for Whisper.
There's more in the Snickers though.
There's more of a burst of flavour from the Snickers. It's really lingering in there.
There's
That's good,
more
the peanuts.
flavour from the Snickers. I thought there was more flavour from the Whisper, to be honest.
No, that's just personal.
It's just a
flavour.
nut.
I'm going to go Snickers.
I'm going Snickers.
I have to go Snickers.
That's but
Oh man.
okay.
Okay.
We put it up on the poll. Look.
Yeah. So it's 2-1 here in the studio for Snickers. I love the way I call it the studio.
I did notice that was good.
Nice. Thanks.
Yeah. So this is another quarter final. But whoever wins this is going to be up against the Dairy Milk.
Oh, the USA.
So keep that in mind. You put all the wrappers in your pocket.
Yeah, I'll forget to do it later on. In terms of Women's World Cup, Dairy Milk is the USA.
Oh, possibly, yeah. And speaking of that, actually, they are playing at 1 o'clock on Wednesday today. If you're looking for
Oh yeah.
against Canada in game 2
And the next game is Monday, I think,
against Nigeria. Yeah.
and that's Monday morning. I think it's 11
But
o'clock.
Canada and Nigeria drew. So if Ireland somehow manages to beat Canada, which is possible, they're only Olympic champions. In fact, that's like
Man, they're a good team.
that's 3 points. They'll actually be second then, because the others drew. So it could play into their hands. Hopefully.
It's definitely possible, but a lot rides in this Canada match is crucial.
So 2 Snickers, 1 Whisper. We put the poll up then and see what happens.
Go on, Snickers.
It's that time, you know the name. It's the reason we all came. Find the words that are the same. It's that time to play the waffle game.
Oh, every week. Scissors, shoot. Every week. Man, I heard some doing these FAI camps. I've heard some weird iterations of the rock paper scissors game. Out in Kells, they were going rock paper scissors something blah. They added extra bits to it.
Oh no!
And then the guys in Trim today were like,
Is it like the one off Big Bang Theory? Is it?
no, what's that one?
Rock, paper, scissors, lizard, Spock.
No, no, it's not that one.
No.
There's some extra words in Celts, and then today in Trim there was extra words as well, but they were doing a different rhythm.
In Friends, fire.
Oh yeah,
and water balloon.
that's a good one. But yeah, anyway, there's different ways of saying that, and I was shocked. I was like, "There's only one way to do rock paper scissors, and it's rock paper scissors shoot."
Yeah.
That's it.
Maybe you can't say certain things anymore when that's changed around.
Maybe shoot. No, rock
I don't know.
paper scissors.
Maybe two pieces of scissors look like something else. I don't know.
Oh, okay.
Okay, Bertie.
I know.
I don't. You're
I'm
gonna have
trying
to. You're gonna have to explain that one.
Bit
to me later.
racy for 7 o'clock in the morning. Anyway,
No, I'm only trying to figure out why they change it. Okay, so you have the choice. Do you want to go first or second?
oh, you won again, did you?
Oh, I went second last time. I'll go first.
Do you want A or B?
You didn't. You went first, I think.
I went with A last time, so I'm gonna go with B this time
Okay.
because he got a really easy one last time.
Okay, so 30 seconds on the clock, Scotty.
But I also lost. None of this makes sense.
Oh yeah, I won.
So you're going for B, is it?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
okay. For beat. All right.
So, John, can you name the 5 rock bands that I have on this page?
Oh, beautiful. Oh, that's the one I would have probably
Rock
done
bands.
shite in, actually.
Okay, let me know when we're starting. Oh, it started.
Yeah.
Metallica, Bon Jovi.
Hair metal band.
No, they are but rock
Sorry.
bands.
Hair metal.
Nirvana.
Grunge band.
Fuck, stop.
Sorry.
Foo Fighters, Kings of Leon.
They're not indie band.
Shut up. Justin Bieber.
Definitely not rock band.
Time.
Tactics.
Give us 30 seconds on the clock there, John.
Crap, I'm scared now.
So, Scotty, you have to name the 5 indie bands that I have on this page.
Ooh, Kings of Leon. The Killers. The Strokes. The Hives. Franz Ferdinand. The Lumineers. Who else is indie? Indie. What can I say? Oasis and Blur. They indie. Who else have I got? Are you timing me? Yeah.
Yeah.
Who else? I can't think now. My mind is totally blank. Indie. Vance Joy. No, that's it. That's all I got.
That's it.
Indie is such a broad spectrum.
I know. I googled it.
Okay.
Okay, so, John, your answers were Led Zeppelin,
Ooh, classic.
Rolling Stones,
Classic.
Queen, Guns N' Roses, and AC/DC.
Oh, they're all big ones, aren't they?
Yeah.
Just as soon as you say them as well, you're like, damn.
Zero. I can't believe it.
Scotty, yours was Arctic Monkeys,
Oh, yeah.
The Smiths,
Oh, yeah.
Sonic Youth,
Oh, for God's sake, we're going way back.
Pixies,
Oh, shit.
and The Strokes.
Hey!
Can't believe it.
That was close.
That was.
Jeez, they went real classic indie and real classic rock,
Yeah,
didn't
yeah. Great bands.
Well,
So right back.
I googled the top 5 of each.
they? Yeah, I suppose. I didn't even think of that.
So
I was
I
thinking
don't
more
know.
current.
I don't know who put that list together, but they were the top 5 that they thought anyway. So
The
Scotty,
Smiths is-
Scotty, that's the first time in a long time you won, Scotty.
Yeah, it's been a while now, in fairness. It's been a long time coming. That's what she said. The hottest chili pepper in the world is so hot, it could kill you.
What?
That's
Yeah.
the ghost chili. no?
Die.
Nope.
What would you die of?
The weapons grade Dragon's Breath
Ooh.
chili pepper is so hot it's downright deadly. If you ate one, it could potentially cause a type of anaphylactic shock, burning your airways and closing them up. The person, Mike Smith, who tried it, he said, I've tried it on the tip of my tongue and it just burned and burned and burned. So apparently, if you were to ingest this particular chili pepper, you would die. Your airways would all close up.
What if you drank a load of wax and there's wax all the way down your throat?
The Homer Simpson
Yeah.
technique. No, that wouldn't work.
Did you see?
You would also die.
Jeremy Clarkson, he made some kind of sauce from his chilies,
Right.
and he had a taste, and your man at the shop said, "Oh yeah, no, I really like spicy and chilies and stuff." the poor fecker.
Oh.
He gave him this jam, the chili jam he made, and his started to water, and he went bright red. Oh, the poor fucker.
It was just too bad.
And he was like, "Oh, is it nice?" And he went, "Yeah." And he was gone. So
Your man's starting to see stuff. His life's flashing before his eyes. Have you ever seen the? Sorry, I'll just be quick with this one. If you watch on YouTube the taster thing with the chicken, it's called Hot Ones. That's what it's called.
No, never seen it.
Very, very good with chicken wings, and they do like hot.
They
chicken
get
wings.
hotter as they go along.
Yeah, it's very good. They interview a lot of celebrities.
No way.
While eating hot chicken wings. It's very good.
Oh, just
Check it out. It's good. It's good.
A gig is slang for live music and performance.
I knew that.
Originally coined in the 1920s by jazz musicians, the term, short for the word engagement, don't know how that happens,
Gig.
now
Engagement.
refers to any aspect performing, such as assisting with and attending music performances. More broadly, the term gigging means having paid work being employed.
Oh.
I don't know how they get gig from engagement.
Engage.
There is no I in engagement. But anyway,
Yeah,
that's what I
it's
said. That's where the word comes
Very likely an accent thing, I'd say.
from. Oh, engagement.
Engagement.
Oh, maybe.
Very nice, very
maybe.
nice.
I know.
I don't have a shell bomb, but more of a perspective. You know, like, because we were talking about life earlier on, how long you live.
Mm-hmm.
Dogs, obviously, 7 years is like our 1 year.
Mm-hmm.
So that means, if you think about it, for every week we live, a day is their life. You know what I mean? No. Every day that we live is a week for them.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
That was the one. So basically, that's why we like and they're like the happiest things in the world. You know, so you've got to be happy and first appreciate life and appreciate the doggies.
Yeah, I like that. We've all dogs, haven't we?
Yeah, we've all got dogs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like dogs can like go through surgery, like literally amputate a leg, and the next day they're like jumping around.
Still, yeah.
You know?
My dog is more white than he used to be.
Yeah,
What? How did that happen?
Dad was painting the ball,
makes sense.
Yes.
Makes sense.
and he went up against it.
I
That's
love
a
it.
good one-liner.
How is your dog getting on? Is he mischievous at all? He or she? He.
Cooper. Yeah, when we're out with the sheep, like, as someone said on YouTube, I think it was the sheep school, he says, you're better off having a bad dog than no dog at all. So,
I see where this is
so
going.
I don't know whether he's learning to herd the sheep or the sheep just know where they're going.
Oh, right, okay.
It's a little bit of both. But the only thing is, like, it's basically like having 2 points, so it cuts down the gap that the sheep see that they can run in, if you get me.
Yeah.
So they don't turn round as much to run the other way when you have him. Now, he's getting confused between come by and goodbye. So I think that is more something to do with my accent, unfortunately.
Oh,
Portsmouth.
And then he'll be there for a
Thanks.
while, and then he'll go off smelling stuff. And you're thinking, no, come on, we're here, to do work. You can smell stuff later. So
Yeah.
he's still in,
Still
like,
young, isn't he?
yeah, he's only
pup.
a year and a half. So he's more like do pet stuff now instead of working dog. So we'll have to see what way it goes. But he's getting better.
Too cuddly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, okay.
Shabam.
Shut up.